All righty. Welcome in, guys. Sorry for a little bit of a late start. Was looking at a tweet or two about this Matthew Sluka situation. So we got a little bit of breaking news here in Las Vegas. Um, UNLV, the number 23 team in the nation, they are 3-0. It was a, gritty 3-0. They, narrowly edged out Kansas, which is, it's UNLV. This is a group of five team. This is a Mountain West team. They have some great players. Ricky White is a, top 15 wide receiver in the nation. Brennan Marion is a phenomenal OC. Matthew Sluka, who we're talking about today, transfer from Holy Cross, is a phenomenal quarterback. But as of last night, it was about like 12:45, 1 a.m., real Mountain West after dark on a freaking Tuesday over here on the East Coast. I was about to put my head to the pillow, and then all of a sudden, I just saw that, Sluka, he's done playing for the year, and I had to wrap my head around this. So, all right, here it is for y'all. So Matthew Sluka transferred in from Holy Cross to UNLV, is redshirting. He played 3 years at Holy Cross. He's now at UNLV. He did not redshirt any year at Holy Cross. He is redshirting the remainder of this 2024 season with the intent of entering the transfer portal due to certain agreements that were made for him to transfer to UNLV. They were not held up by UNLV according to his post that he made on his social media accounts on various platforms, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know if he made a TikTok one, but you name it. He hit the main two, Instagram, X. He is done playing for UNLV this season. And to be honest with you, this doesn't happen unless there's some sort of, one side does not really hold up their end of the agreement. Now, UNLV is once again, a group of five school. I'm sure they have like an okay NIL collective. They have a phenomenal head coach. Barry Odom is phenomenal. Brennan Marion, phenomenal offensive coordinator. It's just hard to stay above water in group of five because there are so many more people that are in these Power Four conferences that have the triple, quadruple, 6 times the money that you do. You can't keep up with them. So, Matthew Sluka has, once again, he is, pausing his season right here with the intent of hitting the transfer portal. And there's a lot of people right now trying to bash his name. Coach Reed from 24/7 Sports, Barrett Sally, Cole Kublick. Just to name a few. But it's like, you can call it quitting the team, but you got to realize financially and within this guy's life, he has taken the nation by storm with his great play at quarterback for UNLV. Transferred in from an FCS school in Holy Cross to UNLV. And is once again ready to climb the ladder to go to P4 and improve his draft stock. And potentially capitalize on his great, quarterback play with his name, image, and likeness. And this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for him, his family, and whoever else is involved. Now, what I've been hearing is that UNLV, Barry Odom is obviously the source here. They're trying to dictate the story one way, as every coach would. There's nobody that is hating against it. UNLV has the right to protect their image. UNLV has the right to, maintain every, sort of positive motto that they have. And nobody is shaming UNLV completely. Once again, there's a big understanding that this is a G5 school. They are competing with people that have 3, 4, if not 6, 10 times the money they have. And you can't do that. repeatedly. So UNLV is claiming, or people are coming out with reports that UNLV is claiming that they met every dollar number, every repercussion, every agreement that they had with Matthew Sluka to keep him at UNLV and obey by the obligations that they made to him when he was in the transfer portal transferred from Holy Cross. Then again, you don't go in redshirt 3 games into your senior season when you're the number 23 team in the nation. You're leading a team that's 3-0. Like, obviously, NIL negotiations during the season suck. Mike Gundy was perfect. He said, do not come to me negotiating NIL during the season. It is a ginormous distraction. If you want a little bit of a distraction, there's no debate. This is a distraction to any team. There's a starting quarterback hitting the transfer portal because he is being offered more money by X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, that's what you got to do in this free agency, free reign, no rules type of NCAA, kind of transfer portal world that we live in. You got to take advantage of it. So no, Matthew Sluka did not quit this team. Yes, he stepped away from this team because he has 1 year of eligibility left and has his red shirt remaining. Thankfully, this is a rare case where a senior has his red shirt remaining. So he decided to capitalize on his name, image, his likeness, and how good he's been playing, and to go take his opportunity, his skills, his talent, and go find an opportunity elsewhere. So I'm really tired of people, saying that he quit the team. This has happened with other people before. What happened with the Notre Dame corner? He played in all 4 games. What? Nobody's calling out saying he quit the team. He's redshirting this year with the intention to hit the transfer portal, just the same as Sluka. Why was everybody not up in arms about that? So it's really diabolical from the other people in college football media that they're out here trying to shame and throw a bad image on Matthew Sluka, and it's just I get it. You don't want to see a starting quarterback of a team that's 3-0, ranked within the top 25 AP poll, kind of an America's team, underdog story, cool this, cool that. You get what I'm saying. Just pause, play the money game, play the leverage game, whatever, and just, pack up and, head east, head west, whatever you want to say. But it's the reality of the parameters of where the NCAA rules are, what the transfer portal is like. It's just the reality of the world we live in within sports. So if you had to be completely honest, I mean, too many people saw this coming for Matthew Sluka. I saw it coming. I mean, as soon as I looked after the second game this year, as soon as I saw that he had his redshirt year remaining, it was inevitable that if he played great again, I think you can play up to 4 games. So he had an additional game that he could have played. He could have played this week versus, I think they're playing Fresno State. So if he, wanted to, up his, stock a little bit more for the portal, he could have played this one last week and retained his red shirt. But he doesn't need to. He has proved that he is a great quarterback. He has, unbelievable running skills, vision. I mean, this guy is literally like Luka Doncic. That's why I call him Sluka Doncic. This guy slow plays the game, and he reads the field super well. Is it pretty all the time? No. But does it get the job done? Does he put up great numbers? Yes. Is every football game pretty? No. If you get the job done and you put up the numbers, is that all you're asked to do? Yes. Every week from every team, you're asked to go 1-0, regardless if it's pretty, ugly, mid, doesn't matter. You're asked to go 1-0 and put up all the numbers you can for your team to win. And that's what Matthew Sluka does. So from that being said, there's some comments being put out from the family side that, like I said earlier, Coach Reed, 24/7 Sports, kind of Deion Sanders guy. I don't really know what else he does, to be honest with you. But he tried to he reported that UNLV, it was there with all the money for Sluka at every sort of agreement and everything. And then I believe it's Matthew's brother. Let me get his name real fast for you. Um, oh, that person deleted their account. How wonderful. What a time. But a member of the Sluka family, allegedly. I don't know if this was a parody account. I mean, the account showed, pictures with, the whole family of Matthew, his brothers, and whatever. They were claiming that, that Coach Reed was wrong. And, there's two sides to every story. And in the NIL world where we live in, there's not there's payments that are made, but not everything is perfect to every player. Not everything's on time. Not everything is given in the full amount. You know, there's not just this endless amount of cash flow, if you know what I mean. So once again, you're talking about a group of 5 team in UNLV who has a NIL collective of some sort that is trying to compete against guys that are like double and triple, quadruple the size of them. It's just it just doesn't end well for the little guys in that situation ever. So that's really all I can say. Jack Mack, CFB over at Barstool, has done some real digging. This guy is a great investigative journalist. Everything he's heard, everybody's getting the same narrative. Barry Odom and UNLV is trying. They're pushing the narrative that UNLV, did everything they can. They were, they paid all the obligations that they were, required to, and this and that, and Jack Mack has reported otherwise, that he's hearing that, Sluka was paid little to nothing. That Barry Odom, didn't really care. Those were his words, not mine. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough in the college football world. I mean, there's not that, money doesn't grow on trees. I mean, it does in Las Vegas, kind of, but not for UNLV. If you know what I mean. It does for the casinos, but not for UNLV. So that's really all I got to say about that situation. It sucks because we love the go-go offense. We love Brennan Marion. We love I'm drawing a blank on UNLV's head coach name. He's great. Don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Barry Odom, excuse me. Okay, so here we got a report from Adam Rittenberg, ESPN. Adam Rittenberg, Bob Sluka, the father of UNLV quarterback Matthew Sluka, told ESPN that his son's agents agreed to an NIL deal with the school back in February. Never received payments despite the request, and never asked for any adjustments to the original deal. We have no idea what the hell happened. Once again, those people that said Sluka quit are really goofy. So, and even if this, Matthew Sluka never received any payments, obviously probably had some brand endorsement deals, third party payments that came in. This guy's got a lot, a big following, he's caught the nation by storm. He's got some money from some places this year. There's without a doubt, no question about that. But if you listen to this again, Matthew Sluka's agents and his team, and Matthew himself, they never asked for any or request or adjustments to the original deal, and they simply backed out. That's about the most respectful thing I have heard in this landscape of college football. There's so many people that would pound their fist and get money happy and start running their mouth and doing this and doing that. The fact that the Sluka family and their agents just backed out and respectfully, they're taking their talents everywhere. They didn't ask for this deal, that deal. According to the report by Adam Rittenberg. That is the most respectful thing that could have happened out of this situation. And if you want to add this up with the crowd that said Sluka quit, rightfully so, Sluka is not getting paid. So, to all of you that said Sluka quit, once again, you guys look really stupid. And I could come back to look really stupid. And I'm a man of my word. And I'm an honest person. And, I'm here today on camera. And if anything happens that comes back to bite my ass, then so be it. But there's going to be a lot of, he said, she said for the next kind of week and a half, kind of ongoing into the portal. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Obviously the number, once again, wasn't that big. UNLV does not have all the money in the world. This is a quarterback that transferred in from Holy Cross, was unproven, proved himself at UNLV. His contract was not adjusted, according to the report by Adam Rittenberg. So, therefore, I don't understand why people are trying to bash Matthew Sluka. This is just ridiculous at this point. Here we go. Pete Thamel, former UNLV Matthew Sluka's NIL representation, which is Equity Sports, told ESPN that he was verbally promised a minimum of $100,000 from a UNLV assistant coach for transferring there. None of that money was paid. Okay, so you're on a team. You got Ricky White, top 15 receiver in the nation. Obviously could have gone anywhere he wanted to within the transfer portal. Decided to stay at UNLV. Don't know what that number is. Not going to get into it. For a G5 team, that's a pretty penny. Obviously, you get this quarterback from Holy Cross. He was offered $100,000 by the UNLV assistant coach, according to the report by Pete Thamel 5 minutes ago. $100,000. And people are blaming Sluka for quitting. That's bogus. This guy has every right to be in the transfer portal. $100K? This guy can be making 7 times. They can be making 10 times that out of school next year. Seriously. It's simple. Unless you're looking for clicks out here, I don't know why you would kind of take the alternate route of just not, siding with Sluka. We're all on the same page with these guys deserve to be paid what they're worth, how they play, their monetary value for their name, their image, their likeness, their national following, all the stuff they bring to the table. And now you're going to go out and hate because, somebody is pausing their season to use their red shirt that they've retained for 3 years, and they're going to maximize their name, their image, and their likeness like they've been instructed to do for the past 3 years. And once again, you're going to go bash them? How stupid is that? Obviously more reports roll out for the rest of the day with Matthew Sluka. That's really all I got to say right now. It's an interesting world we live in. But if you want to go back to week 4 breakdown real quick, Florida State got their first win of the season. Bravo, Seminoles. That's your first win of the year against a Cal opponent that beat Auburn. Ruh-roh, Auburn. You lost to Arkansas. Hugh Freeze, hot seat for show. Bo Wallace destroyed Hugh Freeze on Twitter. If you didn't see it, suggest you go search up Bo Wallace on Twitter. You'll see it. What else happened? Ole Miss 4-0, whooped Georgia Southern. They allowed their first touchdown of the season in week 4. Ohio State played Marshall. They allowed their first touchdown of the season in week 4. Arkansas beat Auburn. It was a really sloppy game. The savior, Hank Brown, that was supposed to, show everybody that Hugh Freeze was, he's a great play caller, as Bo Wallace said, but, that doesn't dictate how your quarterback plays. He threw 3 interceptions in the first half, just like Peyton Thorne would do. And they put Peyton Thorne in the game. And Peyton Thorne looked a lot better than this guy did. He threw, 2 long touchdowns, if not 1, to Keandre Lambert-Smith. So he was a lot more productive than Hank Brown was. But Ashton Jeanty, Boise State, solid win. Ashton Jeanty for Heisman campaign going well. Oregon, they got a dub. Oh, Michigan, USC. Yeah, how could I miss that one? Michigan, USC. That game. Prayers up to Mekhi Lemon. That was such a dirty hit. Michigan had like 44 run plays, 0 holding penalties. In this age of college football, that's statistically impossible. Like, look at me in the face and tell me a team can run the ball 44 times and go with 0 holding penalties without that game being tipped towards them a little bit. Like, tell me that with a straight face. That's impossible once again. Rutgers upset Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, man, they had a lot of hype going in this season. I was on the Virginia Tech train. I was hyped for Drones, Taquan Felton, Tootin, their running back. It's just gone downhill. It's fast. So Virginia Tech's got to get their stuff together. Miami, Florida was in a close battle with USF for a little while. Shout out to Alex Golesh in USF, best G5 coach in the nation. Alex Golesh, one of the best. Byron Brown, they gave them a tough challenge. They ran a Philly special for a touchdown. They put out everything they could. So major props to my Bulls down there in South Florida for putting up another good show. But, man, yeah. Florida got a win versus Mississippi State. Obviously, Mississippi State is a JUCO team or a JV team. Call them whatever you want to. They stink. Their quarterback, Blake Shapen, is out for the rest of the year with a shoulder injury. They are preparing to get him a extra year of eligibility throughout medical redshirt, which should easily be acquired. This is a walk in the park. 3 games in. This fits all the parameters, everything. So hope he's granted an extra year of eligibility. Prayers up for him and his recovery. If he decides to hit the portal, so be it. Best wishes at his next destination. If he comes back to Mississippi State, best of luck to him next year. That's really all you got to say. Jeff Lebby has a really tough task at hand, rebuilding Mississippi State, if that's even possible. But, yeah. Tennessee went down to Norman, Oklahoma, and took care of business. They took care of business so much they got Jackson Arnold benched. Jackson Arnold is looking not like a 5-star prospect. He is, okay, I was very confident that game versus Arizona, he threw 5 turnovers in the Alamo Bowl. He had an unlimited leash. Like, no matter how many interceptions he threw, it was a meaningless bowl game. He was going to stay in. And he has been as turnover happy, all season. He was, like 9 of something, completed under 10 passes, had like 60-something yards and 0 touchdowns and a pick. Was really struggling last week versus Tennessee, which is a great Tennessee team, top 5 in the nation, great defense. Nico and Co and Josh Heupel, they are really running the ball. So, this is just, a team that, you got to play tough against Tennessee, home or away. That was their SEC opener, first ever SEC conference game. Welcome to the league, buddy. welcome to the league. Um, you had college game day at your place, all the things. So they got to figure it out. They're starting their freshman quarterback again this week over Jackson Arnold. I'm not sure who they play, but yeah. There's some other games throughout the nation, but not too much to cover besides that. Um, like I said, today's show is mainly focused on Matthew Sluka and UNLV situation. And I mean, it's kind of obvious just like what has happened because like it just like literally two sentences. This kid is maximizing his name, image, and likeness, and he was not happy with using his final year of eligibility with the X dollar amount that he was being, under contract, in agreement for at UNLV. And, he rightfully decided to just back off the deal, according to these reports. They never asked for a new one. And, they kind of just backed away and just said, we're going to take our talents elsewhere. And, that's what he's doing. So, I mean, this is compared to what other people could do and what other people have done to get NIL and to get a pay raise during the season. This is the most respectful thing I've seen so far because there are some people that will burn down the whole building just to get their dollar amount. Not literally, but mentally. So that's really all I got to say today. Quick 30-minute show. If you're not tuned in to the account, please just follow me on Twitter at CFB Headlines. Subscribe to our YouTube here at CFB Headlines. We go live weekly on Saturday mornings. Me and Chandler, we do our pregame show. We're joking around. We're talking to everybody. We just love college football, man. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're followed. Trying to keep y'all with all the up-to-date tips, inside information, everything I can, just pursuing my dreams. So I appreciate all of you. And to, all of the other people that, I mentioned that were fools, I don't literally think you're fools. I inspire to do what you do for a living. I just think you're on the wrong side of the situation for this. So I've been wrong many times in my life. I probably was wrong like 4 or 5 times within this 1 30-minute episode. So, don't come at me with pitchforks and torches. Just we're all human in this world, just got to accept that we're wrong. And, I've done it many times and I'm not calling for you to accept you're wrong. I'm just saying, I'm not bashing on your name. I'm just saying that I disagree with you in this situation. So, that's all I got to say for this. Sorry, I got a little repetitive there. If you guys have any questions, please just shoot a tweet out at me. Throw my @ in there. I'll respond to you. DMs probably wouldn't work the best, but just kind of shoot a tweet at me. I'll comment back to you as fast as I can. And yeah, make sure you're liked and subscribed here. Follow me on Twitter, and I appreciate all of you. And we could be back live later today. As this Sluka situation unravels. I don't expect this to be a big fireworks show, but yeah, that's really all I gotta say. And I appreciate you guys. And tomorrow I will be previewing next week's slate. We only have one Thursday game, better than none. So make sure you're anticipating that and you join the live. And we will see you then. Peace, guys.